Good morning. What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hi, I'm Yolanda Hinton, host of FYI Morning Show Live. And I tell you what, I want to thank God for you all coming on, sharing, supporting, uh, and just being here on this beautiful, fun Friday. Look, do me a favor. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channels. You can go to YouTube and you'll see the newest platform, FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton. You can always go to Crystal Records 1, Cristo Records One. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, follow me, and I promise I will follow you back. So many folk already popping on. Good morning, William. Good morning, Crown underscore by Maya. Hello. Oh my goodness, love. All kind of folk on. Uh, and we will shout you out a little bit later. But just keep coming on and make sure you say something in the chat on all our platforms. Make sure you let me know that you're there. I can send you some love if I don't get a chance to shout you out. I can send you some love later on. Anita Blow, good morning. How are you? And I can send you a heart or something. But make sure you say something in the chat on whatever platform you're on this morning. Look, let me mention our sponsors real quick, and then we're going to introduce our wonderful guests. Our sponsors, BulvickAcademy.com. Make sure you go to www.bulvickacademy.com. You're going to see a lot of great things. There's an anti-bullying initiative there, books, games, blog, information about an upcoming Pizza and a Dialogue sponsored by Young Women Achieving Success and Bulvick LLC. So please go to that website, one of our sponsors, www.bulvickacademy.com. And don't forget our other sponsor, beardgods.com, BeardGodz. Go there and check out some of the wonderful products that they have for men, for their beards. You got balms, you got oils, you got vitamins, you got shampoos, and all kind of conditioners, picks, information about how to groom yourself, your beard, and take care of it well. And some great information. Chris Hinton is the owner. And just go to the website, www.beardgods.com. Make sure you put a Z on the end on God, Godz, and tell them that FYI Morning Show sent you. So look, this is Fun Friday. I'm very excited. I love the weekend because I get a chance to do a few things that I like to do for myself during the weekend, and working all week long and on the grind. I tell you what, by the time the weekend is here, you look, you're tired, you're a little worn out, but you still want to do some wonderful things for yourself. So I'm not going to delay the time. I have a very special guest on our women's segment, What's in Your Closet. We have Miss Fiona Sharon. I hope I pronounced that middle name right. Huff. She is the founder of I Jump Rope for Them. I love that. Good morning, Fiona Huff.
Good morning, Yolanda. How are you? Good morning, everyone.
I am doing so good. I am ready for the weekend. I tell you what, Hampton Roads is a little hot here, a little humid, but hey, we got the air conditioning, so going in and out of these buildings is not going to make us suffer too bad. Thank God he supplies things like air condition for us. He gives us everything.
Absolutely, he does.
So Fiona, tell everybody where you're from, and then we're going to talk about your foundation.
First of all, good morning, everyone. I am Fiona Shawn Huff, founder of I Jump Rope for Them, and I'm from the 757. I'm from the Hampton Roads area. I am from Norview, Uh, so yeah, that's where I'm from. There, I was born in Pineville, Louisiana, but I only know that because my father and my grandfather were in the military. I was born there, but I know VA to be my home, and then of course I have 14 years vested in New York. So yeah.
You know what? I never knew you were from Louisiana. I always knew you was a New York girl like me.
Yeah, so I got three things going on, three areas I'm representing.
Well, that is marvelous. Well, we're glad you're here, and you've been here for quite some time. I remember when you first got here, and your children at the time were little teeny children, little teeny. Oh my goodness! Tell us a little bit about your family.
So I have two children. My firstborn, my number one rider, is Clara, and then my son is Isaac. He's actually at work right now. He left out a little early this morning, so he is not able to be on the show to tune in. But my daughter is. So they ride with me. If you don't see Cloud with me particularly, then something's wrong. Like that's my rider. With Isaac, he's a young man now, so he used to have to always be with mom, but now he does his own thing, so he supports me, But yeah, you'll
Yeah.
see sometimes you'll see me and Clara because we're out running around in the community doing things. So we're a tight knit family. I always say our last name is Huff, and that carries weight. Uh,
Yes.
that carries weight. So I tell them that you have to support each other as brother and sister. Always ride for each other, because at the end of the day, family is the most important thing. And though our core family is small, um, we have a heart, a large heart, and a heart for community. And they've been serving since they came out the womb.
Yes. Yes. Because when I met you, that's what all three of you all were doing, continue to serve. I remember the anti-bullying initiative you had, and you all just stayed in the community doing a lot of great things. You're
Yeah.
also a Delta, is that right?
Yes, I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I was made at Norfolk State University Epsilon Theta chapter, and this past April celebrated 30 years.
Ooh, absolutely. That is absolutely marvelous. Well, it's been wonderful seeing how you have just gone in and out of the community and other places, just sharing love and serving. It's been a joy to watch your journey. When I saw you and I saw your newest initiative, I Jump Rope for Them, I was like, that is absolutely fabulous. The name is fabulous. Tell us a little bit about your foundation.
So I jump rope for them is a mental wellness advocacy initiative. So I don't say that I am a mental health professional. I don't have any licenses, but I am an advocate for our mental well-being. Using jumping rope as a tool to really have those conversations and to really invest in our mental wellness. And it started a little over 4 years ago. One of my mentees at the time, I found out from her mom that she had experiencing some mental health issues, and I was like, "Well, God, what can I do to support her?" And He gave me jumping rope. And at that time, we were going into the month of May, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I just got my jump rope because I'm a former athlete. I cheer and ran track at Liberty High School. I love exercising. I'm a crew leader for Girl Trek, which is the world's largest Black women's health organization. And so I just got my jump rope out, and I was like, "Hi, it's the Suffering Queen. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, day one, and I want you to jump rope with me, jumping rope for our mental wellness." And I just started that way, just jumping rope, because you can't ask anybody to support what you're doing if you're not doing it yourself. You
Yes.
have to be in the trenches, and you actually have to be actively doing it. So I just started that, and then last year God was like, okay, you do this during the month of May, but I need for this to be a daily thing. And so The initiative was it was already it the seed was planted 4 years ago,
Yes.
but it really, like, every day I jump rope, and when I don't jump rope, I don't feel like myself. And even the most empowered people like you and I, we're doing things in the community, we are serving, we're giving of ourselves, we're sharing with our families, all these things. But we also have to give to ourselves. We have to make our mental wellness a priority, especially because we give out and we do so much, and then life be life. And so, what is your go to support your mental wellness? And so, that is what jumping rope does for me when I'm feeling away, overwhelmed, stressed out. I will get my jump rope and I will jump. And I have, Clara, she'll record me, or sometimes I have my tripod and I jump rope myself. But it truly makes a difference in your life. I promise you. Like, I'm not telling you anything. I'm not doing it. I do it every day, and it helps me. It helps me, and I'm just sharing it with others, encouraging others to jump rope.
I love that. When I first saw it, I said, I think this is a New York thing, with the double dutch. We was like double dutching and jumping rope. That was a thing. That was a part of the culture.
Right.
I know when I came up in Brooklyn, New York. But Fiona, how easy is the conversation of mental wellness or mental illness? And it seems like it's gotten better as far as people kind of exposing it and talking about it from their experience.
Well, it wasn't until COVID that the conversation for mental health really started to come about, because we were forced to be in our homes. I don't know about anybody else, but I love shopping at Walmart. And at the time, it used to be 24 hours, and
Yes.
me and Clara, we would go in there and I would get inspiration. I'm looking through the aisles, we're cutting up, just having fun. And so it was no longer that we could do that. Um, I am also an educator, so we had the students, thankfully it was a private daycare at the time, so we would be able to have interaction. But in terms of like going out, being out and about, seeing your family, friends, being outside, it wasn't like that. And so people were stuck in their homes. And what do you do when you're just stuck in your house? You can't be with your family and friends. And so that's one of the conversations I think, nobody ever talked about mental wellness, that I know growing up. And I mean, I grew up in church, and we had some wonderful experiences, but nobody talked about that. And so it's a real thing. And so as I've done my research and grown in this initiative, it's so important to really check in with yourself. You really have to check in with yourself and not just say, we have this thing where we like, hey girl, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. No, you're not. We say that in passing, but are we really good? And are we really checking in with ourselves? That's a real conversation. So I put it out there. And in the beginning, it was, a little slow, because it's that hard conversation, that people don't necessarily want to talk about. It's gotten better, but I just put it out there. And you know, there are days when I'm feeling away, and listen, I'm feeling this kind of way, but I know my go-to. My go-to is jumping rope. So I have those conversations so that it lightens the load of the conversation, because it's still sort of taboo, but you got to have those conversations, because we're needed. We need
Yes.
ourselves, and people need us. And if our minds, and our mental, and our emotions are not okay, it can take us out.
It can take us out. It is that overwhelming at time. People are talking about mental wellness more now. The word mental illness was a little scary to people and taboo, just like you said in years back. You didn't talk about it. You didn't go to get any counseling. In my mom and them day back in the day and stuff like that. They really didn't want to focus on that word. It was a little. They just didn't want to say it. But sometimes we would see signs of it. Fast forward to where we are now and COVID, what happened there. people had to go inside and sit with themselves. They had to sit there and say, "Uh-oh, let me see. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna be able to function here with myself?" Because you begin to just kind of like think about where you are, how you got here, and experiencing something that we've never have experienced before in our generation that brought out a whole lot of things, Fiona. So I'm so glad that you are focusing on this and giving, things that we can do in order to, to just come out. I think what you're doing helps people to come out more and more and say, look, maybe I need to just check on myself, or maybe I need to get involved in this in some way, or maybe I should create something for me and mine because, sometimes, that thing starts happening and I just don't know what to do. Maybe what you're doing will cause many to go out and begin to find ways of making themselves whole and well rounded. So it says that I Jump Rope for them is committed to raising awareness and mental wellness. And what other things are you all committed to? I think Fiona has, I can't hear Fiona, but as of, yeah, there
Oh,
you are.
okay.
Yes.
So it's really about developing community.
Hmm.
So this past Saturday, Clara and I, we were at Mount Trashmore to do our first jump rope meetup, and
Oh,
we met a group of men from a church here in the Hampton Roads area who were out to exercise as men and to talk to other people about their health and their mental and so forth. So it was great meeting them, and we jump rope for like 45 minutes.
wow.
And Mount Trashmore is a perfect place to jump rope, because people are walking all walks of life. Couples are there, people bring their children, and so we were on the stage. We had a section on the stage, and we just jump rope. Actually went live on my um, TikTok channel, and
Mhm.
had about 1,000 people that tuned in, and just jump rope, just having a conversation because again, you have to be that example. And so when I tell you that jumping rope is everything to me, it really is. I don't go anywhere without my, but Yolanda, I like to be cute. I like to step in my
Yeah.
heels, but I will have my sneakers and my rope, and I will jump rope. And because now during the morning times it's light, about 6 o'clock, I go and jump rope. I go and I get it in. I make sure I invest that time for myself. And when I jump rope, I feel so good. You're hearing the rhythm. You're feeling the
Yes.
of the beat, and that stress truly goes away. So it's about putting it out there. And sometimes it takes time for people to receive it, but being consistent, they see, oh, this is something that is not here today, gone tomorrow. This is a part of our lives, and my life means everything to me. I have a lot of responsibility. The crown is heavy. You understand?
Yes.
And so because of that, I have to carve out that time for myself. So my message is always check in with yourself daily and sometimes throughout the day, because you may start out okay and by midday something happens and you're not, but you have to acknowledge that first, and then find those go-to's to support you, whether that is having a therapist. And therapy is a wonderful, amazing thing because you have a third party
Yes.
who's not a yes person, who is able to help you to unpack those things that may have been from your childhood that's affecting you into your adulthood, because that's a real thing too. And so yeah, so jumping rope is community. It's coming together. It's saying, I care enough about you to jump rope for you, because there are those that are not strong enough mentally to jump rope for themselves, and thus I jump rope for them. Jump rope for those who are not strong enough to jump rope for themselves, and then there are those who are immobile. They may be in wheelchairs, and so they may feel like, okay, I can't jump rope, but no, I went to Five and Below
Yes.
one day, and I found a ropeless jump rope. The first time ever, like,
Yes.
and I was like, "Is this a real thing?" And it did. So it actually, you loop it, with your hands, and it will calculate the amount of times that it goes around because it's still movement and movement. So that, and then it also it counts the number of jump ropes,
Yes.
and also calculates calories. So there is no excuse for movement, and when you move, you feel better. Your mind gets stronger.
Yes. One thing I was gonna ask you was about those heels. I said, now I gotta find out if Fiona is jumping in those heels. She usually don't go anywhere without heels on. But what you said I do the sneaker thing, and I make sure that I'm appropriately dressed on my feet so I can keep up 45 minutes or more.
Yeah, so I keep it cute, but I keep it cute in my sneakers too because I will say, um, I interviewed with Clarence, maybe about I want to say this was like a little over a year ago,
Yes.
and I was talking about the jump rope initiative, and I actually jump rope in front of the radio station at the time in my heels, and so my disclaimer was, y'all don't do this at home, but don't do this at home, y'all.
Yes.
But I did it. I did do it. And I did it well, and I did it cute. But yeah, that's not an everyday thing. That was just a let me just see.
Yes, absolutely. Now, who can be a part of it? Can people come out, or can people give, or what role does the community play in this initiative? You said you're going to be at Mount Trashmore. Can anybody come and join you?
Yes, yes. So I did a tester last Saturday. Clara and I. So what I decided is that the second Saturday of every month going forward, at 9 a.m. we'll meet by the stage, and we'll get together and we'll jump rope, and it's open to anyone that wants to have that conversation about supporting their mental wellness. So it's open to all. As an educator, I love the kids. I'm like Martin. If you love the kids, so the children come out because I have jump ropes for children,
Oh,
for
yeah.
adults, for all. So anybody can come out, and also as I continue this initiative, donations for more jump ropes for jump rope equipment so that I can put the jump ropes, across, like they have like a jump rope stand. So it makes
Yes.
it for people to be able to grab jump ropes. So, looking for a sponsorship for jump ropes, and also when it gets cold, finding a
Yes.
that will partner with me, so we can come in, once a month and jump rope inside because I do jump rope when it's cold, but not everybody
Mhm.
do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like what you said. You said every jump represents someone who may be struggling, someone who needs encouragement, or someone who simply needs a reminder that they matter. You said we want people to know they are not alone and that movement can be one positive step toward improving mental wellness. That is absolutely fabulous. Fiona, tell me if anything else goes along with this. Do you encourage, good eating habits, or rest, or staying hydrated, or going to the doctor? Are those things discussed as you promote the initiative?
All of those things. In fact, I never knew there was a thing called uh uh okay, so sleep deprivation.
Yes.
So it's like, but jumping rope helps you to sleep well.
Wow.
So I talk about eating well because you want to have a strong mind and a strong body. But if you're feeding yourself, junk, then you are depleting your body. So we talk about all those things. And I'm an advocate for the doctor. And let me say this: if I didn't have insurance, I would just go have. You understand?
Yes.
I don't play doctor. about myself. I'm good at a lot of things, but when it comes to knowing what I can know, how my body's feeling, but I'm going to go to the doctor and I'm going to make appointments. And for women in particular, I mean, it's women and men, but women, we do so much for everybody, but then when appointment time comes, oh well, I gotta do this, and so we'll stop. We won't keep our appointment. We'll
Yes.
up until another time because, oh, I just got to do this for somebody else. But no, I talk about all those things: eating well, drinking water, um, getting rest, putting your phone on do not disturb. Now that's something Farrah Pete game to me about. That D&D. When I tell you that thing is a beautiful thing, every call is not necessarily an emergency, and we give people sometimes too much access to us. And so if we're always giving, when do we have time to pour into us and just rest and taking a nap, sitting by the water? I'm a water baby. I love the water. I love the
Yes.
So sitting by the water, that's not selfish. That's self-care. So I
Yes.
all those things. Our mental wellness is tied to our self-care. It's tied to um us eating well. It's tied to us living a long life. If your mind is messed up, if you're not eating well, if you're not getting rest, if you're stressed, I mean, you can have a stroke, in your 20s. It's not an
Yes.
older person thing, So I talk about all those things because it's all intertwined. It's all related.
Yes. I'm so glad that you promote and encourage women, especially women, to go to the doctor because that's another thing. Fear can keep us from, getting well and having, stability and things like that. We can put it off, we can make it all the excuses in the world, but don't let fear be that thing that really brings you under. You can face something now, you can face it later, and going to the doctor is a key thing. We take our cars to get it fixed, cars and anything else we want fixed, but when it comes to our own bodies, we run, we hide, we make excuses. So I really commend you for, having that a part of the initiative where you talk to people about, really taking care of themselves, self-care, along with mental wellness. Do you think women are getting better? Do you think women, because this is our women's segment, do you think women are acknowledging uh, more of what they're going through? I know in the past we've seen us and others suffer in silence. Do you think that's getting better? Are we more outspoken about what we go through?
I do. I think it's getting better. And being a part of not only my initiative, I jump up for them, but also being a part of Girl Trek. Like I said, as a crew leader, we talk about those things even more. We talk about radical self care, and also holding our sister accountable and holding her hand, because not everybody grew up having those conversations. Not everybody grew up understanding the importance of taking care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. So I think it's getting better. It's more initiatives and organizations that are coming out, that are speaking up, that are again, just holding our hands and walking us through it. Because again, if you don't know, you don't know.
Yes, I'm sure you're utilizing social media. I hope you're utilizing the TV, radio, and everything to get your initiative out. How do you see this initiative? I see it as something that will grow, get bigger, and you get people involved. Even since we have social media, Fiona, I can see you just pulling in all kind of folk on your platform as you do your jump, as you jump for us. I just can see people joining you and getting that rope and jumping. How do you see things growing in your organization with the initiative?
And see, Yolanda, you are actually in my head. You're in my head, and you're saying all those things that I am putting on my vision board. I'm working towards those and speaking it out loud,
Yes.
to the into the universe, and so that God knows, and that I'm speaking it and I'm working on it. So, I see this being an international initiative. It's
Yes.
starting, of course. I believe in grassroots, and I believe in starting in the community, but I see this going everywhere. In fact, I have been developing my social media platform. So it's I Jump Rope, the number four of them. So I Jump Rope for them. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and X. And like I said, this past Saturday, I tuned in to my TikTok live, and I was just jumping rope. Me and Clara, I created some songs, some jump roping songs to go along as we jump rope, and we were just having fun. And I just saw them coming in. I
Yes.
go live, and they just started coming in. So I see more people as they see the consistency, as they see me out there sharing, them coming and being a part of it. So that's why I'm dedicating the second Saturday of every month to going to Mount Trashmore, and people will come. They're coming time, but I see it growing to the point where I'm going to have 4 stages, and I'm going to have the lawn filled with people. So it's going to grow, but I respect the process,
Absolutely.
the humble beginnings. And I'm going to, like I said, I was doing this for 4 years before I decided to do this, as an everyday thing. So, yeah, I just see it being really big. And, if anyone, again, wants to support, with jump ropes, because I try to make sure I have enough jump ropes, because I don't know how many people may come out. So
Yes.
I always have enough. I never want to turn a person away. So, it's the Cash App is I Jump Rope for them. If you want to make a donation, I'm an honest person, so I will send you a thank you. I, I went into and then I love Five Below. I'm trying to get them to make me an ambassador. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Yes.
I love that story. And so, one of my sorority sisters, two of them actually, they made a donation, and I went immediately to get the jump rope. So it's about um, the community and those that donate can trust that I'm going to get the equipment, because
Yes.
this is about helping people to heal, to overcome, to recover. And so, like my teacher says, it says jump, heal,
Yeah.
so this is, I see it being big, but I respect the process, and I'm just going to keep jumping rope. And if it's just one person who I encourage, I've done my job. You know what I mean?
Yes. Are your t-shirts available?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, they are. And I started promoting them, but again, just being out there more and more for it to catch fire. So yeah, like there's jump, heal, repeat. That's on the front. That's kind of like my mantra T-shirt. I'll have others, but this is the first one. And then on the back of it, it just shows where people can follow on social media. So
You may, you may not want to jump in heels for 45 minutes, but I can imagine for 1 minute or two, you jumping and that thing going viral in high heels. Do you double dutch at
so
all?
So I actually will be introducing double dutch more as I go forward. So I always have a double dutch rope just in case. I want to shout out the Virginia Beach alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, because I did my first jump rope demonstration at their health and wellness fair. And one of my sorority sisters was like, Sora, do you have a double dutch rope? I said, I sure do. And she's also a New Yorker, so she was on it. And some women had never double dutch before,
Yes.
had such a great time. So I absolutely have, and my teaching partner, she just retired after 28 years of working for Chesapeake Public Schools. So she blessed me with a brand new double Dutch jump.
Oh, wow.
And so when I come out or wherever I go, I always have that as a part in case people ask. I'll also August the 16th. I'll be back at Mount Trashmore for it's going to be a food soul fest, and I'll
Ooh.
stage jumping rope. So I'll have all the information. I'll have a flyer of upcoming events. But yeah, double dutch. I love double dutch. And the other thing about jumping rope, in addition to it being great for your mental wellness and community, is it's that thing that brings you back to your childhood. That brings you back
Yes.
to joy and fun. And that's what it is, because as adults, again, for us women, the crown can be heavy because of the weight that we
Yes.
carry. But when you double dutch, you jump rope. Oh my gosh, it's just such a great thing. So such fun, and we laugh, and even if you mess up in a jump rope, you can start again. It's playful, it's fun. So absolutely, I do have those new double dutch jump ropes.
Wow. I tell you what, the sky is the limit as I see it, and I'm sure you have visualized it all, uh, partnering with certain companies, businesses, organizations, as well as wellness for women centers and things like that. There are so many things I'm sure has gone uh, on in your head to help bring this thing forth. Like you said, that vision board and writing that vision down and making it plan, making it plain is going to bring this thing forth
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
bigger way. You still have some more tips. It says I jump rope for them is committed to raising awareness and mental wellness, encouraging healthy coping strategies through physical activity, inspiring conversations that reduce stigmas surrounding mental health, building stronger, healthier communities through movement and connection, and promoting hope, encouragement, and emotional well being. Talking about having the answers uh, for us to become more well rounded. There it is, right there. Your commitment to us with I Jump Rope for Them is something that's going to bring healing to many.
The
And
men.
we just want to thank you so much for what you do. Tell us again where we can help and what needs do you have? You talked about the road, but you tell us again what can we do? Where can we go to donate? What is set up so people can be a part of this?
So basically, right now, just continuing to have, enough, jump rope equipment. And like I said, not only the jump ropes, but those jump rope bars where I lay the jump ropes, across. That's pretty much it for right now. I want people to invite me to come out and do jump rope demonstration. Even show you the proper way to jump rope, and even teach you how to jump rope, because some don't know how to jump rope. I was having a conversation yesterday. A mother and her daughter. She asked her daughter, oh, would you like to to jump rope with Miss Fiona? She was like, I don't know how to jump rope. I have to
Yes.
go to school, So it
Yeah.
the instruction. So invite me out if you have a health fair. If you are if you're a women's ministry, bringing me up, talk about it. Let's exercise, let's have fun, let's have those conversations. Invite me out. I've always been, as you know, from the time we met, Yolanda, I am invested in the community. So I am out and about. I am mobile. I will get, you know what I mean? So that, and just uh following and sharing, the initiative. Like I said, I Jump Rope for Them is on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and X. So just continuing to share, and also pick up a jump rope, record yourself, and post the video on the Facebook pages where people are able to post, and then I'm going to share. We want to make this thing. We want to make mental wellness viral everywhere.
Absolutely. Look, you all invite Fiona to some of these youth groups. Get them moving because some of them need to move a little bit more. Invite her to the, like you said, the seniors. She said she has the ropeless ropes, and hey, they can still get involved and get physical and stay healthy. I mean, this thing is really something phenomenal. It is something that really is going to help us move and keep our faculties, because I'm telling you, a lot of folk losing their minds, and a lot of people are very, very stagnant. They don't want to, they just, I don't know, a lot of things have gotten people where They just don't want to get up and move no more. We used to live in a world where children would go out and they would, move and they played outside. Now in the age of technology, they're sitting a little bit more, they're eating a little more unhealthy. And so this is something that can rear us up and get under us and say, look, this is one of the keys to good health. And thank you for your commitment, Fiona, and thank you for your initiative. Uh, and helping us to become aware of ourselves, what we're thinking, how we're feeling, and how we can get to moving and feeling better and doing better. We need to feel better. I tell you what, after we came out of that COVID, Jesus, that was I call it a famine. I don't know what else not a famine, but I forgot what you called it. It was something that we've never experienced, and people are just now, Fiona, seeing like coming out of it. They're healing a little bit out of it. You see people out more, they're not thinking about it like they used to. We couldn't go out without thinking about it. But I'm saying now, since we are in a better place and it's kind of like behind us and we're, healing from it, we need to get to moving and make sure we are securing a future for ourselves and our children by acknowledging that we need to have a better mental health, physical health, and spiritual health. So thank you so much, Miss Fiona. What a wonderful thing.
Thank you. You have always, wrote for the Huffs. Since day
Yes.
I I appreciate you and I love what you're doing. We're servant leaders, and that's our commitment. Whether it's 1 to 1,000, we're gonna do what we are called to do, which is to serve and empower. And we get stronger ourselves. This is not just I have this platform and no, I do this every day. This is my life, and I don't play about my life. You know what I mean? So this is it's serious. It's serious for me.
Very good. Look, I remember first meeting you. You came by my home, and I said, "Listen to this young lady with this wonderful New York accent." I didn't hear Louisiana, no, not one bit. That's why I didn't know you was from Louisiana. But you have such a wonderful New York swagger. I just love it, and I just thank you so much for what you do. And you invited me to a lot of things that you were doing. You had a platform one time, and a discussion about bullying, and I was really glad to be a part of that panel discussion. And you've just been doing so much in the community. I mean, it just goes on and on. Your journey is absolutely fabulous. So, and then being in education. Oh wow! Before you go, Fiona, tell us a little bit about being in education and having to deal with all kind of emotions and feelings with our youth. How do you think that this would be something that could get under them and cause them to become more well-rounded?
Well, I'll tell you, wherever I've gone, my platform also, dealing with self-esteem, has always resonated with the children. They at my you know this past school year, being in the PE department, we got a chance to touch every student, and
Wow.
I love them and they love me, and so one of the students, she's the queen of hula hoop and
Whoa.
jump rope, and so they would challenge me, so they love it because I'm a very active person. Like I said, I grew up as an athlete, and so we have fun. I run with them, I play with them, so they look to me to be active and engaged, and then I'm able to pour into them and feed them. Like I would have snacks for them, healthy snacks. One of my students, she always would request apple juice, so I would make sure, and I would even have Clara to text me to remind me, bring some apple juice for this girl. Otherwise, she is going to be upset with Coach Huff.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I like the jumping rope, play basketball, and I bond with them, and then we just have those conversations. And this past school year dealt with a lot of bullying issues, and so I would
Yeah.
have those conversations. But because and my teacher philosophy is, if they trust you, they will learn from you. And so because I have
Yes.
a heart for them, because they're just little people, and so they would come to me and we would have those conversations. And one girl, she was just really feeling the way, and so I brought her to my office, and I had her to read affirmations. So I always kept affirmations written out, and it said, I am seen, I am loved, I am beautiful, I am enough. And I recited it, and then I had her to recite it after me. So that's how I'm able to pour into them, and I check in with them because sometimes they come in angry, and you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on in their homes. You don't
Yeah.
know what they come from and what they come into. So because I have that heart, I'm going to see them, and I'm going to talk to them, and I'm not going to bark at them. I'm going to ask what's going on, and I'll be like, come holler at me, and they
Mm-hmm.
and tell me what's going on. And they I my teaching partner, she gave me we had a yearbooks this year, and so she blessed me with a yearbook, and the kids was writing in it, oh Coach Huff, because they call me Coach Huff. Oh Coach Huff, you the goat. My fifth they graduated, and they're going on to middle school, and it was like, I love you, Coach Huff, you're the best, I'm gonna miss you. They call me mama, bestie, auntie, hey girl, because of the connection. So I'm able to pour into them, um how I'm called to do, and I love it. So I know that in this past school year, um I made a difference.
Yes.
And so I just they see me in the grocery store, and they run about to knock me over, but that's because of the impact. So I know that I have done something to inspire them, and some of them, they slick. Some of them, they have because they this technology, they something else. They
Yes.
help me on YouTube and TikTok for my jump rope, for I jump rope for them, and trying to call me. I tell
Yes.
them that's my coach. Now I told him I can't follow you back because y'all not gonna get me fired. But
Yes.
the fact is that because they see me, they say, "Oh, Coach, I saw your jump rope video," and then they want to jump rope with me. And some of them even ask me, "Can you show me?" Not only the girls, but the boys.
Yes. Oh,
Right?
yes.
They love to jump rope too. So I appreciated this school year and what I was able to do, because I love being active. I'm telling you, it is a game changer. When the hashtag I put up, not that I created it, but hashtag movement is medicine. It really is.
Yes. It is absolutely fabulous. I tell you what, as you were talking, I was seeing families jumping rope together, guys jumping rope together, teenagers, even little ones, adults, and everybody just jumping rope for better health, better mental wellness. And you in the forefront, saying, look, this is the way to go. These are some of the things that can help us to be better, be healthy, and more well-rounded. We got so many folk up here saying hello, Fiona. TikTok, they off the chain. They always come through heavy. So all those that are on TikTok, Fiona and I just thank you for joining us. And look, Fiona, be blessed. Look, let me, before you go, Fiona is a part of contributors of our ladies segment that we're going to be on FYI after dark, or either sometimes in the daytime she'll be able to come as one of the contributors and talk more about women's issues and things that are close to her heart, things that she wants to share, and things that she feels can help us to get better. She's going to be a part of FYI, and really want to say thank you for agreeing to be a part of what I do and what we're going to do together. So thank you so much, Fiona.
You're welcome. Listen, there are not a lot of people I'm going to say yes to, because you just have to trust the people. But I trust you, and I know that you do good things. So you always are going to get a yes from me.
Thank you. So look, be blessed. What you gonna do for the weekend beside being out Mount Trashmore? What else is going on in your world and your daughter?
Well, I make ties. I upcycle women's ties, so I'm going to be working on my ties, my earrings, and my pins. So, just working on the business of the products, and jumping rope, and getting some rest because I had a heavy day yesterday. I supported one of my dear sisters from the Hampton Roads area, whose mother passed, and so I spent the entire day with her and the family. Just the entire day. So, and then it was hot yesterday, so it took a
Yes,
lot out of me. So I'm gonna try to get some. I'm gonna not no. Let me take that back. Scratch that. I'm not gonna try to get some rest. I'm
you
going
will.
to rest.
Okay.
Um, and then there's some things I got to work on. So yeah, and I just got some supplies so I can I can bling out my ties. I'm gonna just show you one of them because
Please, I saw that on your child. I was like, "What? How beautiful!"
it's
Um, how
babe.
can are you on? How can they go on social media and see the ties and things like that? Where can they find you?
So I have a shop that's on the Macari app. It's the Huff Business Shop, but also on my personal page for Fiona Sharon Huff on Facebook, as well as the Self Esteem Queens page. I'm constantly posting. I just posted some. What I try to do is I try to model
Yes.
so they'll see how to piece them together. So if they look on Fiona Shawn Huff, if they look on the Self Esteem Queen on any of the platforms, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, they're going to see those. And like I said, it's on the Macari app. But and I just did a photo shoot yesterday morning before the homegoing service. And so and of course, Clara, she took those pictures and videos. So I'm going to put that together later on today and put it out there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Fiona. I jump rope for them. What a wonderful, clever name. I love that. And thank you for all you do. I look forward to having you back on and us doing some things together. You be blessed and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You too, Yolanda. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And make sure that you share, reshare, reshare, and reshare. Because sharing is caring.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
So, look, you all are here. Let me at least shout some of you guys out. And hopefully I can get as many as possible. We got Deb Say here. Someone is saying hi, how are you? But I cannot pronounce that name. Uh, let's see, a lot of folks. Nakia, how are you? Beautiful. BMW 777 is here. Mason 67. Here's someone. I think Leon is here saying good morning. Hi, Leon. How are you? Let's see. Exotic Bay is here. Let me see. Strong. Hi, Strong. Um, let me see. Sarah, what's going on? Let's see. Finn, I think that's Finn. Finn2 tucked. Um, Vixamar, I think that's the name. So, look, if I don't get it right, y'all, don't look at me crazy. So fit. Hi, Jeremiah, what's going on? So many of you all are here and supporting, and I want to say thank you so much. Even here on all the other platforms, make sure you say something in the chat. I want to be able to reach out and say hello or send some love. Uh, Nancy, what's going on? Hi, Tommy. Hi. Let's see. Alan. Hi, Alan. Destiny. Mwah, mwah, mwah. How you doing, beautiful? Let's see. Sabrina. Hi. AMJAD. Hello, party. Snatcher. I think that's what it says. Megan. Hi. Um, Maya. Lily. Naj. I think that's how you pronounce it. Jermaine, hello. Deborah, Myra, or is it Naira? So many of you all on Facebook. I know my baby Sheila is there. Sheila Robbins, how are you? You're somewhere. If you're not on TikTok, you're somewhere around. All those that are on Facebook, make sure you say something in the chat so I can send you some love. Okay. Um, yeah, let's get the love out. Let's share the love, and you all make sure you join back here on Monday. Let me give you some upcoming shows before I go. We have on Monday. We have our morning. We usually do our morning sports talk. We probably do Wednesday sports talk, but we have our Money and More segment. Raynard Boyce, financial expert. I've been wanting to do Money and More. We've done cryptocurrency this week on Wednesday with Jason Baker. So we now get a chance to do Money and More, honey. Who don't want to talk about money? We need to talk about money. We need to talk about stewardship, management, investment. We need to find out in an economy like this how to survive. So he's going to come on to let us know what our the atmosphere, our communities, our world looks like as far as financial, what's going on, and how we can stay above the fray. Because I tell you what, if we don't watch it, we're going to have two things. We're going to have the haves and the have-nots. Don't nobody want to be in that. Look, we don't want to be in the have-nots. The haves and the have-not. What about the middle? There's the middle. So the more our economy goes up, the more people are struggling, the more that we're in the middle class are either they have found ways to grow, or they're going to go down into that class where, you can hardly make it. And Lord knows we don't want to be there. We want all our needs supplied. We want to be able to take care of our youngins. We want to be able to take care of everybody, our families and stuff. We just want to make sure we can survive in an economy like that. You've got to care about yourself. Because I tell you what, some people are not making room for you to care. Anytime things are being set up where, hey, people don't care if you live, fall or climb or whatever. We want to make sure people have financial literacy and information to continue to have a well-rounded life and to be able to survive in an economy like we have now. Let's see what else is going on. We'll do some more around the town. Also, summer fun. The summer's still here. It's just July, y'all. I know they're putting out the book bags. They put out the book bags and stuff already. I'm like, now listen, we just got out of school. Kids just got out of school. We just ended some of our programs, after school programs and stuff for the summer and everything. Let's not talk about going back yet. So summer fun, we're going to talk a little bit more about summer fun and some of the things we can do during this season. Let's see, what else? I want to just put it in the atmosphere, and I know it's kind of a long way off, but in October, Crystal Community Development Corporation, which is my foundation. I founded Crystal Community Development Corporation and became a 501c3 in 2004. We are having our youth Pizza and a Dialogue. Is an anti-bullying initiative, but it's more than just the bullying piece. We'll be talking about other things as well that help youth to survive in this world and empower them and develop them as leaders. And so if you would just date the month, October, which is anti-bullying month, 2026, Pizza and a Dialogue, you all will be able to have your youth participate. And parents, we want to see you in the house. We're going to try to make it where you're going to be able to tune into the Pizza and a Dialogue if you're not in the area. We're going to try to get you to at least be able to comment or be an audience on social media and be a part of it. Let your youth be a part of it. We'll have activities, games, discussions, and we're trying to find remedies, y'all, for this thing called bullying. And so you all can help, send your suggestions, give your the things that you've gone through and how you came out of your dilemma and trauma. So please be a help to our youth, help us to empower them. In October, We're going to be talking with them and finding ways to make things better for them in school or wherever they reside. Bullying is not child's play. It's wherever people are, you're going to find a bully. You're going to find a bully. You're going to find a bystander, somebody that don't know what to do at times. And then there are bystanders that egg it on and say, listen, get them, get her. You know, I don't care. I don't have a heart toward people sometimes. People say that I don't care too much about folk, and I'm gonna make their lives a living HELL. So we don't want that. We want to eradicate this thing called bullying. We want to make things better for our youngins and for people in general. So October 2026, I'll be giving the date to the save the date soon. Please make sure you put it in your mind or on a piece of paper or somewhere. Crystal Community Development Corporation is also recruiting girls 10 to 17 for a young women achieving success mentoring program. Young Women Achieving Success Mentoring Program since 2006. It's been 20 years, y'all. And I've seen them grow up. I tell you what, have families, have careers, go in the military, start businesses, get degrees. It's just a wonderful thing to see these young ladies grow up right before my very eyes, baby. So, yeah, so we are definitely recruiting. Make sure you email me at crystocommunity@cox.net if you're interested in the recruitment for the girls. CRISTO. We do have a site in Chesapeake, Virginia, but also we do some online classes and things like that. So please, if you want to be a part of it, CrystalCommunity@Cox.net is CRISTO community at Cox.net. You can be a special guest, intern, or sponsored FYI morning show or FYI after dark. Look, our August calendar is open. If you have something that you want to contribute, whether it's with men issues, women's issues, family issues, if it's anything around the town or anything that you want to, kind of like talk about and discuss relationships, hey, you can definitely inbox me wherever you are. And you can also email me at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Look, let me hear from you. Let me hear how you're doing. Like I said, say something in the chat or DM me or do the FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. Gmail me and let me know what you think. If there's something that we haven't covered, let me know. We got a whole library of shows and things like that. You can go online, you go to YouTube. FYI Radio Show for 11 years have the shows there on social media. You can go to look at those, FYI Radio Show. And you can definitely see some of the past shows. And so excited and happy to be able to do the FYI Morning Show live, continue to do that. And so glad that I'm able to just help the community to gain information, to be motivated, inspired, and energized to rise above, and find success for every one of you. That's our mission, our vision. And so, look, I'm going to see you. Take care. Again, you can inbox me and just be a part of what I do. And you can tell me what you do. It's so good to see you, young granny. Hi. I like that, young granny. Deborah, hello. Dub Set 99 is here. Lawana, I think that's it. Carrie, hi. Let's see, so many people. Indy, hello. Debo, I think that's Debo 36. I think it's INCOYA Young. I think that's it. Joyce, hello. Pat, what's going on? Slacks. Jermaine. Ah, let's see. Someone has Psalms 90. That is nice. Grandma. Oh my goodness, who is this? Grandma. Look at your daughter. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. So many of you guys on. So look, be blessed. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'm so glad you all joined me on Fun Friday. Feeling good, having a wonderful week, and it's just a blessing to be able to be here with you all. I'm seeing you on Monday for our 9:30 show, and don't forget our Money and More with Raynard Boyce. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. We're going to say goodbye to TikTok first. Look, be blessed, and see you back here on Monday. And for the rest of you guys, yes, we'll see you. Hope you're going to do something fun. Make sure you put it in the chat what's going to be going on in your world for the weekend. See you all now, okay?
Where I am now, I'm in a special place of tender warm embrace. Where I am now. Where I am now, I'm better than before. I'm through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place of tender warm embrace. Where I am now. Where I am now, I'm better than before. I'm through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place of tender warm embrace. Where I am now, had to climb, knock me down, save my life. I've come a long way and now I'm changing. He brought me out and I'm praising.